Heyo! Buenos días, buenas tardes, buenas noches, whatever time it may be, wherever it is that y'all may be. And welcome to, it's a new week, it's a new me, that's what I'm telling myself. Muse, our friend. How are you? Like, I know you're only gonna, I'm looking at my watch, man. Yeah, I know you're only gonna be here for like a few minutes before it's gonna be bedtime for you. And I want to tell you from the bottom of my heart, thank you for saying hey. Hello. I would not be totally surprised if like you would already be asleep by now. What's up? How was your Monday? I hope you're having a good day. If I can figure out how to turn the background camera on. What? Oh, Ian! Ian out there earning his keep. I'm doing all right. I don't know if no, I wouldn't have had time to mention it. So during your stream yesterday, I was there. Well, I was in, not really there. I was in like 15, 20 minutes into your stream. But then I was farting around doing things because you see, the night before, Saturday night / Sunday morning, was another sleepless night for me. Nothing dramatic. It's not like I was sitting there being like, emotionally tortured over some long lost memory or some current stress. It wasn't that. It was just one of those nights where my brain is too hungry and I can't get my brain to stop being hungry for like knowledge. I just kept myself up. But then once Sunday morning comes around, I'm like, okay, I can't go to sleep. Like, I was starting to get kind of tired, obviously. Like by that point, I'm like, okay, my body's like, all right, bro. So like, if I fall asleep then, like Sunday morning, Sunday midday, Sunday early afternoon, then the rest of my Sunday and all of my Monday, hell, the whole of this week is just effed. So I needed to keep myself awake. And as entertaining as you and every other streamer that I watch is, it's me sitting there not moving. And that's bad. So it was one of those, yesterday was one of those, well, morning for me, late afternoon, early evening for you, where I had the stream on, but I was doing laundry, I was vacuuming, I was dusting, I was out in my little balcony garden. I had inspiration for further rearranging of stuff in my kitchen. I don't know how I can optimize my kitchen any more than it already is, unless I was like able to change the layout of it, which I'm not. I'm a renter. That's probably like some of the and I realize what this may sound like to some. All right, I have never been happier about me or myself. I have never been happier about me or myself than as I say this right now. One of the best feelings in the world to me is I'm a really big fan of if I go out buying something, searching for something. Let's say you have like you're searching for like a new blanket, a new comforter, a new duvet, whatever. Oh my god, I have thoughts on the duvet conversation. I heard it. I just wasn't in a position to like reply to it. Let's say you have like a blanket, a comforter that's like it looks beautiful. It fits the overall scheme of your bedroom. Everything's great about it, right? And aesthetically. You have a second blanket that doesn't fit in. It's an off color. The fabric kind of clashes with everything else that you got there. But damn, it's comfy and it's nice and it feels good to have on you. I'm like always going to choose the latter option. I'm going to choose the practical one, the one that works better over the one that looks better. Like that's just, I'm always But every once in a while, one comes across a situation, a place, an object that somehow gives you the best of both worlds. So I was farting around, right? And I'm like, I just had this to rearrange things, and I'm still as I'm digging around, right, in my cabinet, shelves, pantry, whatever the fuck you call it, I came across this bowl, this glass bowl, and I'm like it's one of those receptacles, you know, like I don't know if I'm the only one, but y'all have like, you know, spread out around your house or maybe by your front door. Do you have like a little dish where you might set loose change or your keys or just random things from your pocket, like a little trinket dish, or maybe like in your bedroom, little containers, like maybe a little basket where you keep like extra blankets, you know, just extra little receptacles spread out around your house, using things that maybe weren't meant to be that kind of receptacle. So there's this bowl I have in which I was keeping the attachments for my KitchenAid, some extra measuring cups and spoons that I never used, and on the top of all that junk inside this glass bowl, I always sat my scale, my little kitchen scale. That's what I had the inspiration to move, the kitchen scale. So I go to grab it and I'm like, you know, what the fuck is this bowl? I've been using that bowl in that way for a long time. Didn't even remember what the bowl was. So I grab it, pull it out. And it is this. I know you guys have the brand Pyrex in Europe. I just don't know how widespread it is. If the name Pyrex means anything to you. Like for Germans, I don't know that. But Pyrex is a brand that's like a couple of decades ago was split. There's a European Pyrex, And then there's American Pyrex. They used to be the same thing. They're no longer the same thing. They don't have the same formula in their glass. The European Pyrex tends to use borosilicate glass, whereas American Pyrex nowadays uses soda lime glass. And there's a whole separate side conversation to be had about that, but that's not the point. So I grabbed this bowl, right, that's sitting, on a shelf that's above me. So as I'm pulling it down, I can see the label on the bottom of it. And I'm like, oh, Pyrex, okay. Didn't realize I had a Pyrex bowl up here. And I love using Pyrex glass in my kitchen in as many ways as possible. Like all of my storage containers, except for stuff I put in the freezer. Stuff I put in the freezer, I use these reusable, thick silicone, sealable bags that I found at Trader Joe's a year or two ago, and holy shit, they're amazing. They're dishwasher safe. They're incredible. They don't retain any smells or odors or anything. Oh, so good. But glass containers for like anything that goes in the fridge. For leftovers, usually glass. It's so much easier to clean. I'm trying to get away from like the idea of like microplastics. You can't get away from it. They're everywhere. Microplastics are at the bottom of the Pacific Ocean in the Mariana Trench. You know what I mean? Like you're not gonna get away from them. But I'm trying to minimize. And this bowl, calling it a bowl, doesn't really do it justice. Let me try to experiment with something. Can I Pyrex? Can I find it? Okay. Let me see if I'm gonna try to find a picture for you of this thing I found. Yes. Make it full-sized. Make it full-sized. Okay. Of course I'm talking about Trader Joe's, and I'm not done talking about Trader Joe's. We've only just begun to appreciate Trader Joe's. So okay. This bowl right here. And I don't know if I can make it big enough for you to really see it. So this is the bowl that I find and like randomly shoved into the back of one of my like shelves in my kitchen. And I had been shopping for, like online and stuff, glass mixing bowls, because the bowls I have are stainless steel, and I'm trying to, like, I like stainless steel, but the stainless steel stuff I like using for like the longer, like for, I don't know, for anything that I don't have to use a whisk or anything metal inside. Like, I hate the scratches. I know they're just cosmetic scratches. I still don't like them. So I'd been shopping around for a smaller, like, 1.5, 2 quart glass mixing bowl or bowls to use for making smaller batch stuff. Like when I'm only gonna make enough pancake batter for like 2 pancakes for me. Or when I'm making a little bit of batter for archa, that quick Moroccan bread. Or for corn tortillas. Something smaller, something more convenient, something that I can grab onto. And everything you find is just perfectly round bowls, right? If they're glass. If you want the different shapes with the handles and all that stuff, you gotta go stainless steel, ceramic, usually. Unless you want to go real expensive, and I don't want to get real expensive because I'm poor right now. Estoy pobre, muchachos, all right? I'm this thing, and I'm like, what this is a top 5 moment in my life, and I'm not ashamed to say that this is a top 5 moment in my life. Just recently. I was like, what the fuck? And then I pulled this thing up online because it's got a little code at the bottom. It tells you it's like got a model ID number, and the model ID number, I think, is this 2225. And everything I can find, this thing is a mystery to me. It's a mystery to me because I've been trying to figure out like what year it was from. I don't remember ever buying it. That's the thing. I know what my memory is like, all right? We joke about it all the time. But, you know, when I look around my home, I have a vague recollection, at least, of unboxing something or the thought process that went into getting something. This thing, I have no clue where it came from. I have no clue when I got it. I know I've had it. I remember having it. I don't remember ever getting it. So, this thing is like, it's the most perfect combination of form and function that I have found without looking for it, you know, like I can't tell you. I can't tell you how happy I was. I was like, holy shit, like this. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful to look at. It's beautiful to use. Having that one handle on the one side and the little like spout on the other. It's just so, yeah. I know it's hard for me to really like share, to emote my joy. Like everything I've looked up on this thing says that they stopped making these in like the late 1980s, maybe early 1990s, which only deepens the mystery of where I got it, when I got it, who I got it from, where I got it from. I have no clue. I'm old, but I'm not that old. I wasn't old enough to be buying Pyrex glass bowls. And I'm pretty sure at that point in time, as you know, at that age, I don't think my family had any idea what Pyrex bowls were. Like, this wouldn't have been something that my mom got when I was that little and then handed down to me. Plus, if that would have been the way, I would have remembered this. My only guess, as I've been thinking about it, because this has consumed a lot of my brain power over the last little while, all right, is trying to figure out where the fuck this came from. My only guess is, you know, somewhere over the past couple of handfuls of years, let's not be too precise, over the past, I have, in my time since I left my home at, 17, I have had a couple of times, a few times where I've had a live-in lady friend, where our relationship has progressed to that point. My only guess, the only guess that makes sense to me is this bowl was brought into my home, well, at a point when it wouldn't have been just my home, it would have been quote-unquote our home to whoever the lady friend was. She brought it into the house, which is why I have no memory of buying it or unboxing it. At that point in time, I'm not proud to admit this, all right, but I'm honest about it. At that point in time, I wasn't spending a lot of time in my kitchen, homies. Like, I wasn't spending a lot of time in my kitchen. So it could have made sense for the bowl to be there for a little while and for me to see it plenty of times from a distance without ever directly touching it myself. But then, like, if I take that thought process, down the road a little bit, that means that at some point, some lady, some young lady, and I broke up, and she left, and at some point after she left, whoever it was, had to have thought, frick, my beautiful Pyrex 2225 model ID number teardrop bowl. Oh, no! And they had to make a calculated decision. Am I gonna reach out to Eddie, a lovely, really nice young man who, am I gonna talk to him again to get this bowl back? This beautiful, apparently vintage. They haven't made it in like 40 years. Glass bowl. Or am I just gonna chalk that up as an L? They chalked fucked it up as an L. If you ever, like, if that's the explanation, right? If that's where this bowl came from, like, just... I'm not getting down on myself. This isn't that kind of situation, but it's just keep following that train of thought, right? Like, damn, like, breakups are rarely fun. Like, they're rarely good. But, like... Okay, that's an alternative muse. Because, see, where my brain went... Where I don't know which is more devastating. Because, like, the explanation is that I never thought about what you just said. He needs it more than I do. Which is actually kind of like, it's aw, but, like, it only feels heartwarming if you're the person gifting. If you're the person receiving in that situation, you should kind of feel bad. Yeah, devastating. Devastating. The answer... the answer I was coming up with was, I always... Again, breakups aren't great. I get it. But, like, I've never thought... I can acknowledge that I have habits and personality traits that, like, I'm not... we're getting into one of those conversations where it's like we're generalizing, and... I am not a fan of generalizing, but in order to have this conversation, I kind of have to generalize because my brain was generalizing at the time it was thinking about it. So I'm not generalizing as factual. I'm generalizing, replicating my thought process. So, like, in my brain, I'm like, I haven't been always in my relationships like the best grade A number one. Obviously. Like, I don't think I've been like a POS. Like, I don't think I've been like a, but, like, where my brain was going was like, Jesus Christ. Like, if this bowl, here's the thing. The thing that flips me towards the dark side of thinking here is that all the information I can find about this bowl indicates that it hasn't been produced in decades. More decades than I've been an adult for. And throughout my adult life, I mean, I don't know if I've ever really talked about how, like, I've been, when I say happily single, I don't mean I hate being in relationships or that I like having my own space, my own time, my own decisions, I like it. I've been single for a minute. I've been in my own space for a minute. So, like, at the time, if all the documentation I can find about when these were last produced, but if you lost one of those plates from your grandparents, don't you think you would notice immediately if you were leaving or moving from your space, especially if your space was tangled up with someone else's stuff? If it was handed down from your grandparents, wouldn't that make it less likely for you to forget? And wouldn't it make it more likely that you would, like, take an extra step to, like, get it back? Maybe I'm projecting the value that I'm placing on this bowl because of, my love for things that combine aesthetic and functionality. And this is, I'm gonna sound like a maniac right now when I tell you that, like, this bowl and, like, holding it and using it, I feel like I'm working with, like, a piece of art, but, like, not a delicate one. It's fucking beautiful to me. There's just something so gorgeous to me about how this bowl is put together. And I know I sound like a nut job, but see, like, that value that I'm projecting onto this bowl for how fucking, it's so cool. It's such a cool bowl. The little handle, it's so cool. Maybe I'm projecting that, right? Because, like, in my mind, if I was mentally aware that I had this, I would never fucking, like, it could be the worst breakup of all time. And I'd be like, bitch, I'm taking you to small claims court. It's worth it for that bowl. Like, if that happened to me today, I would move heaven and earth. So maybe I'm just, I'm thinking like, there's no, if that's where this came from, like at some point, whichever one of those, not like I had like, dozens of living girlfriends. I'm trying to make it sound crazy now. It's okay, a couple. They're like, oh, God, my mom or my grandma or an aunt, an auntie, whatever, that special bowl they gave me that they told me, this is going to be for you and Eddie as you're moving in together and you're making a life together. That special, like it's this really cool handing it down to the next generation. They moved out and they were like, oh, fuck. As they were like unpacking shit in their kitchen, they're like, and they had to have sat there like, with celly in their hand, looking at their phone like, is it really worth it? Devastating, to use an expression that you brought up earlier. Devastating. Not like I'm not emotionally beat up about it. Not like that. I'm not like sad and like, oh my God, I'm piece of. No. It's funny to me now, but like funny in the same way. Like some lady had to come up with a real good excuse to her grandma. I'm gonna hang on to this thing for the rest of my life. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. So yeah. Since we're here, I'd like to think that I'm actually. Hang on a second. If I'm gonna talk for a minute longer, I'd like to think that I over the course of my late teens and young adult life, those times of my life where I was I was about to say, instead of saying where I was dating, I was about to say where I was a dater, and I'm like, why do I have to? What's if that tells you how long I've been out of the dating game. Someone that dates a dater. I classify people in my life as daters and non-daters. People that date, people that don't date. I'd like to think that I'm great. I think with the family. Well, with the women in family. I don't present as like big, tough, masculine man. Like that's not like when I'm sitting there trying to make new friends at this point in my life, I'm like, they're single? Okay, are they a dater? Yeah, fuck. I don't think this is gonna work out. I don't present myself as like a big, strong, masculine, like I'm not very tall. I'm short. I'm 5'6". I'm not, like even when earlier in my life I did like exercise and like lift and work out, I've never been on a diet plan, nor have I taken the kind of supplements that you would need to like bulk up, like I'm not genetically predisposed that way. so, I'm a short little brown man. And I laugh a lot. So just remember where I live, where I grew up. Most of the moms and the dads that I was meeting, were like gruffer, like kind of boomerish, small town, very conservative value. not a lot of exposure to different cultures or ideas. I like very limited exposure to other things. So like, they see their daughter bring, they're expecting like some guy that's like 6 foot tall in like a lifted truck, like a massive F-350. I don't know, wearing fucking denim jeans and a flannel shirt. I don't fucking know. With like, calluses on their hands, a farm tan. Nah, they get me. The only thing that stands out about my hands, besides the fact that I don't have very big hands, but they're kind of chunky. I got chunky like little sausage, Vienna sausage fingers. The main thing that stands out about my hands, I think, is my nails, because I chew them out of like anxiety and nerves. So you imagine like a grown man that's expecting their daughter to come home with a quote-unquote provider. they're one of the first things they look at. Follow the eyes, man. They follow, and the handshake, the all-important handshake. Like, I was just like, could we not? You have no idea. Like, why couldn't fist bumping have become, why couldn't germophobia have become more popular earlier when I was a dater myself? The number of times I had my hand absolutely demolished by a frustrated, maybe slightly racist white dad. or maybe slightly racist white older brother. Like yeah. Fun times. How did I get onto that? Because of a glass bowl? Because of a glass bowl? The first time that I ever had to like meet a dad was I would have been a high school senior at the time. And I've mentioned before, I was the youngest in my class by far. I was the youngest by like a year in my class. Just the weird circumstance of moving from Mexico to the US and how I tested and blah blah blah. I'm a senior, and I'd never had a girlfriend before, right? And so my senior year, that happens with a girl who is like barely a year younger than me, age-wise, but like 2 or 3 years below me, like grade-wise. So the story of how we dated and all that's not the most important part. Let's fast forward. Her parents are divorced. So she lives with her mom, in the same time that we all go to school, and her dad lives hours away. So like 2-3 hours away, one way. So a couple of months after dating for a couple of months, she's gonna go spend like a week during the summer, 1 or 2 weeks, with her dad. And the usual deal was her mom would drive her, and divorced mom and dad would meet at like some sort of halfway point between where the two parents lived, and that's how they would pass hand. Well, actually, I suppose it was two. There were 2 daughters, but only the older daughter wanted to see the dad. The younger daughter didn't. So whatever. This one summer was the summer after my senior year. Well, Eddie, why don't you take me? Mom, what do you think? Can Eddie take me? And her mother's eyes, keep in mind, her mother despised me. Hate. I think she was extremely conflicted, because she could like, I was always really, 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 really nice to her. Show up, hey, do you need any help? Can I clean? What do you got going on? You need anything that needs to be moved? Hey, I can go mow your lawn. Like I was always like trying to, be as nice as possible. And she like wanted to hate me, but I never gave her anything other than like my skin color. And I think that's kind of what it came down to. All these are folks that grew up like with not a single non-white person around them their entire lives until right about when I was meeting them, you know? So I was a lot more willing to forgive / excuse / allow that kind of behavior at that time in my life, because I felt much more of a calling to, I felt at the time, do something akin to correcting misconceptions, I suppose. Yeah. So I'm like, oh, I'll give them the good Mexican person, and then they'll think all Mexican people are good. Some fucked up shit like that was how my, because I didn't realize just how stupid adults were at that point in my life. I didn't realize how dumb we were. Her mom's eyes, I expected her to react with like venom. Like, how dare you suggest that this boy this is our car trip, right? This is our time. I'm giving you, her mother's eyes lit up. Huge smile on her face. What a grand idea. Yeah, because she knew just how much her ex-husband. But I didn't put the pieces together. See, like at the moment, I'm like, oh shit, am I making progress here? Is this like, oh my God, am I doing good? Is she beginning to come around? Is she beginning to like, kind of like me? Ooh. And oh shit, like and you know what? I wanted to place some responsibility for what ended up happening on my girlfriend, but really I couldn't. I'm wearing this dude has like a farm. He's got horses and cows and pigs. It's an operation. He's got a farm operation, all right? Like he walks around with a cowboy hat and the boots and the tight jeans with the big belt buckle and the button-up flannel. That's his look all the time. I don't think he's one of those dudes that like if you like when you touch his palm, it's solid. Like it's like, you know what I mean? Like you question, can they even feel anything on their palm anymore? Like it's just their palm is one big callus. Like it's just flat. So I didn't know that at the time, right? I just knew he was like, like a country dude. Like fair enough, like kind of what I'm around all the time, growing up in a small country town. So I have a lot of faith in the power of my personality. I have a lot of faith in the power of my personality at the time. So I don't think about how I should dress. I don't think about how that the aesthetic presentation. I'm banking on my winning smile, my eagerness to laugh, right? Like I'm banking on that enthusiasm, which gets me through a lot, to be honest. It does get me through quite a bit. We're driving. I'm excited, and we finally meet. We're at a rest stop or something, right? And I immediately know who it is. Like I don't even have to see the man before I know. Like it's his big ass, jet black, big ass Ford truck with like these huge chrome stack pipes, like a big semi truck coming out the sides. Big American flag waving on the back. I was surprised there weren't like big horns on the grill of the truck. I'm like, okay, like that's what I was. Okay, yeah, I know what I'm in for, right? I'm not worried. At this point I should take a moment. Like he gets out of the truck and like we're all walking towards each other, and he clocked me. Like we got out first, and he must have clocked me before he got out of his truck, and he must have told himself like to try to go for a certain face where like it's gonna be like very, very, very mildly, slightly kind of like a little happy, just a little like, like what's the lightest version of pleasure you can show on your face at seeing someone? What's the smallest, lightest version of that? Not quite neutral, not quite dead-faced, just the tiniest hint of like, oh, hey, hello. But how it came out was that he was holding his breath and he was tensing his neck muscles. So he's walking up to me and his eyes are like locked in to me. He is looking me up and down, up and down, up and down, with the veins bulging at his neck, and each one of his palms is as big as my face. It's as big as my head. He's walking with these hands that he's trying not to clench into fists. You can tell he loves his daughter, right? Like, that's ultimately, like, you know, decades later, that's what I remember most. Like, all of this whole show, this whole situation this man was having to be presented with the brown-skinned man dating his very non-brown-skinned daughter. His as he thought, innocent daughter. That's a whole other side story. You know, he's going through a lot. He's processing a lot. I don't know if maybe when his daughter told him about me, maybe she just said my name, like my nickname, without saying, you know, my actual first name, Eduardo. Eduardo gives it away pretty easy, bro. Like, you can't hide that Eduardo is like... How many white people do you know named Eduardo? I don't know if she didn't tell him or what, right? Or maybe she did. Maybe what I was presented with was like days, weeks of him trying to get it together, and he still couldn't do it. But he was, bless him, he was trying, but like he's trying not to clench his fist, right? Because he knows, you know, clenched fists are bad. But he wants to clench them so bad that his hands are like in this rigor mortis, you know, like they're not flat, they're not closed. His fingers are curled, like in perfect neck gripping position. Just shaking, trembling at his sides. He's not even swishing. I remember that. You know how people, you know, you swish your hands forward and backward as you walk? His hands were straight down his sides. He walks up and I'm wearing, this is where I should take a moment to like explain to you what I was wearing. So I'm wearing like these glaringly white Adidas sneakers. Like I took a toothbrush to them right before we got into the car, level white, right? I'm wearing khaki cargo shorts. Khaki cargo shorts that are kind of baggy. They're a bit baggy. And because of my size, look even baggier. I'm wearing a black t-shirt layered over a yellow t-shirt, with the yellow t-shirt being just slightly bigger so that you have this kind of like gold yellow trim at the t-shirt sleeves and at the neck and at the bottom, you know, because they're of course untucked. And then the black t-shirt, they're both Lucky brand. And the black t-shirt in gold lettering to match the gold t-shirt underneath, the yellow t-shirt underneath, says, of course, in, you know, big cursive, the Lucky brand. I'm wearing a fucking Miami Dolphins hat. And all this is context, like, we're in the middle of Iowa, all right? Like, the sneakers are a quick giveaway that I'm a city kid. The baggy cargo shorts, I'm some sort of hoodlum. The baggy t-shirts that are color coordinated layered makes me a little bit of a, you know, pinky out, you know, femi, whatever. I don't know what vocabulary would have been going through his head to describe what he would have interpreted as probably feminism. Like, I don't know, like femininity. And how I was dressed. Whatever words he used in his head, I can guarantee you they weren't pleasant. And oh my God. And at this point, I forgot. I had pierced my ear. So I got this little diamond stud in my left earlobe. The Miami Dolphins hat tells him, like, I'm not from around here because nobody in Iowa roots for the fucking Miami Dolphins. That's insane. It's insane. It's insane. And yeah, the earring just goes more towards the, you know, old farmer guy's not gonna think that's manly. So he sees me and he's like, all right. He looks at his daughter, he looks at me, he looks at his daughter, looks at me. And in his eyes, you know, are questions. When he looks at his daughter, it's questions like, this is him? Him? and to be fair, right? Like, from his perspective, if I was her dad, I would have expected her, not because of racism, I would have expected her to get with a guy like me, big, strong farmer dude with big callous hands. Have yourself a lovely time, Muse. Tell Ian we said hello. Thanks for stopping by. We'll catch you soon, homie. So we're like, we're at this point, like, you know, she sees something in her daughter, in his daughter's face. Like, you know, she must have picked up on like his discomfort. He sees something in her face. It's like, okay. Move past it. So he tells himself to move past it, but emotionally he hasn't. So he looks at me and his mouth. I could see whatever muscles are in like your jaw. Every single one of them popped as he's forcing himself to say the words. Nice to meet you. And he sticks his hand out. And as he does that, that moment, that's when I know I'm fucked. That's when I know I'm screwed. I stick out my hand. And I'm like preparing myself to just like lose function in that hand for the rest of the day. Because that's exactly what happened. This dude, his hand could have wrapped around my hand twice. You ever shake hands with someone like that? Who's got hands big enough to wrap around your bicep or your thigh? Like they're just, you know, someone with massive hands. This dude had like if I'm, you know, like he wraps his bear paw around my hand and squeezes. And that was the only time in that interaction that I saw that man smile genuine, like with a genuine smile, was when he saw my face as I tried to like not show the pain and agony, but I'm pretty sure I let out a little I let out a tiny little girlish squeak of pain, like a little mouse squeak of pain. I don't think my girl heard it, but I'm pretty sure he heard it. and then after that point, it was actually kind of okay. Like, you know, he went off, blah, 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 came back, like when, you know, and I picked her up like a couple of weeks later. When he shook my hand, he didn't try to like murder my hand. We talked, we laughed a little bit, but I don't know, like, I think he just needed to like hurt me a little bit to be like, yeah, okay. Like if something goes wrong here, I can and will, in fact, murder you. And I don't even need any tools to do it. I just need my hands. So I'm glad, you know, like that's the kind of alternative to, you know, the kind of boyfriend that kind of dad expects his daughter to have. You know, like a big, tough, strong farm boy or whatever. Yeah, it's great. If that dude is great, then congrats. Your daughter has a quote unquote protector / provider like you were to, you know, your wife, lady, whatever. But if that dude's not cool, what are you going to do as a father? Big ass dude, what are you going to do? In this situation, all right, so he's got to be telling me, all right, so my girl, my daughter, my baby girl is with this little tiny bitch boy. Fair enough. Which kind of sucks. But if he ever does step out of line, I can easily take care of it. So, you know, it's pros and cons. And I suppose as a parent, I'm not a parent. I suppose for parents, you got to take the good with the bad. I suppose you got to take the good with the bad. Muse, hybrid. Hybrid. As you can see, I pulled up Sumo because the last video that came out last week was day 5. We only watched day 1 and 2, I think, so we didn't watch days 3 and 4. It's a lot to catch up on. But I figured today, if you were here and if you're down, I figured we could watch maybe 2 today. And I was gonna start off the stream, just dive, like if you were here, I was gonna dive straight into this. And into day 5, because now if you go out to their channel, they've got days, you know, they don't put out videos over the weekend, but the tournament happens over the weekend. So today they released days 6, 7, and 8. So we would have like too much for us to catch up on stream. You know, we would watch so much that we would break that rule or whatever about how you can show copyrighted or whatever content as long as it doesn't make up a majority of your stream. Well, shit, like 6 half-hour whatever, that would be a majority of the stream. So what I was thinking was we could watch day 5 for sure, maybe day 6. I kept up on the first, you know, few days. Our favorite announcer, you know, that Murray Johnson guy who's like from South Africa or New Zealand or Australia, whatever the fuck he's from, with a really sharp, dry humor. That dude, he commentated day 3 and he's here for day 5. So if we start with day 5, we miss out on one of his commentating days, but only one. So I'm gonna, unless you have some sort of like objection to it, I'm gonna dive in. We're gonna dive in to day 5 Sumo, and then after this video is over, we'll decide, do we wanna, we probably game for a little bit, take a little break, and then when we come back, day 6, but we'll see how we feel. Okay. Let me get background music off. Nope, that turned the video on. Okay. All right, let me get this fixed. Let me fix the browser audio a little bit. Okay. Okay. All right, we got the thing on. Everything's working. Let's make sure the audio works. Yeah, it works. Okay. Then let's go. You know the routine. Once we go full screen, I can't see Twitch or YouTube chat, so I'll be that's kind of on me. If I'd have started at noon my time, like an hour and a half, 2 hours ago, I'd have given him more time, you know, if he was going to be available. I was happy to get to catch up with Muse a little bit anyways. You know, it's still cool. I'm still happy. I got to talk about that glass bowl. I've been dying to talk about that glass bowl. Oh, I didn't even get to talk about the comforter duvet conversation. Damn it. I'll save that one for later. Okay. Once I go full screen, the only way I'll know if something's gone sideways is through Twitch chat. Once I go full screen, please let me know in Twitch chat if video looks weird, if audio isn't working, if there's any sort of technical issues. Twitch chat is where you want to tell me. Full screen. And as always, if you have any questions or whatever, as the little message at the top left tells you, let us know. I think right now, Hybrid, it's just you and I right now in here. But just in case, I'll do the usual. Let me do the usual little blurb. Video comes to us from NHK World Japan is the name of the YouTube channel. Please type !dailyvid in chat, either chat, for a link to the day 5 video at least. It won't link day 6. But you get a link to the video. You can go to the channel. NHK World Japan is the English-speaking YouTube channel for the Japanese public broadcast service, NHK. And it is that service that I think airs the sumo tournament like live in Japan for, you know, Japanese audiences. And they're just kind enough to put it out on YouTube. They put out these highlight videos. Ride or die, homie. It's them that put out these YouTube videos completely for free. Please, please, please go out to NHK World Japan. It's not just sumo videos. Like I can't even begin to describe the depth and breadth of content that they have on that channel. You'll find something entertaining over there. We'll get into that later. But for now, day 5, sumo. Let's go. Remember, if you have any questions or comments or whatever, Twitch chat. It's the only one I can see right now.
Hello once again, welcome to Grand Sumo Highlights, Day 5 of the Akibasho from the Kokugikan in Tokyo. Well, Yokozuna, Ono Sato were lost yesterday. It might just be a coincidence, or maybe not, because 5 of the last 6 tournaments he's lost on Day 4. Today he has a big matchup. He'll be taking on Oho, who he lost to in the previous tournament. So the pressure's on. I'm sure
I sure can. Just a sec.
He's up for it. I'll tell you who is up for it. All the fans.
Let me know. Like, keep letting me know if I need to go up or down with it.
Another warm day. Prolonged summer. They've come, young and old, ready for it. Let's get to it. We kick off with rookie Itoshi taking on Nishiki. A tale of woe for both men. Both suffering from injuries. One probably a little worse than the other, but they've both got the same score. They're winless after 4 days.
One of these two is going to get their first win of the tournament.
Both born in August. 7 years apart, though. Nishiki being the older of the two. Good hit by Itoshi. Moves forward briefly. Now starts to rally. Starts to take Nishiki back. Nice pushing attack to pick up his first win in the top division. Itoshi, Oshidashi. And it's finally come true. He's battling this knee injury. Nishiki's battling the cellulitis injury. And today, a little pulling. I'd like to see him move forward constantly. And if he does that, he might get a bit more of this.
The little face slap just for fun.
What tremendous force you showed against well-built Nishiki. What were you thinking before the bout? Well, my only intention was to hit really hard with my whole body, and I'm glad that worked out well. First big win, Day 5. What can we expect from you for the rest of the tournament? Well, I'm very sure just to keep pushing forward with all my might, just like I did today.
Tamawashi's not doing great. Like, he looks good,
up from Juryo.
but he's
But a couple of times
lost.
in the past,
He's
and
like
Fuji has won both of them.
I think he's 2-2 going into Day 5.
But this man's doing well. He's 3-1 after 4 days.
Or maybe 1-3.
Whilst Nishiki Fuji
He's looked good.
Record,
he's just had stiff competition.
Division.
Like, I think one of his fights was already against Onosato.
Shoulder blast by Nishiki Fuji, thrusting attack, both men. Briefly goes back, Nishiki Fuji, then he charges forward.
He looks good, just a little bit, like, just tough matchups.
Hataki Komi for win number 4.
He looks all right.
Nishiki Fuji drops to 3-2, and he'll be back to Juryo tomorrow.
Fucking love Tamawashi, man.
Hataki Komi slapdown win.
I can't get over that one selfie he took after last tournament.
Shishi on the clay.
It's the 40-year-old doing the selfies.
The
That's hilarious.
15, the Maegashira 18, 2-2. One previous meeting, Tobizaru was the winner.
And Tobizaru is looking better. See, Shishi is looking better.
Well, low and high. One man high, one man low. Tobizaru was in there briefly, but now he's pushed back by Shishi. Continues to pour away. It is Tobizaru. Very hard to get a grip of him. He's a hard man to get hold of, and today, not so much
actually wins. Ew. Hey, he's having a much better tournament.
Does get inside and wins by Yorikiri. Tobizaru halfway down the Hanamichi.
I still can't believe Shishi wasn't demoted.
And Shishi and Tobizaru.
I thought he was going to be
3-2.
I thought he was going to be in the Juryo division. Same thing for Aonishiki. Kind of the same story. He's looked great.
Informed Yuden.
But he took 1 or 2 L's.
On Asakoryu, mirror record 1-3. They've met twice.
I think one of them was against Onosato.
And Yuden's trying to beat Asakoryu for the first time.
I think Onosato's chewed through a couple of dudes early on.
Gets in quickly, tries to get inside, double inside grip. Fast away, pushing initially is Asakoryu, fending off Yuden. Yuden's got a throat attack going. Tries the outside grip. Can't quite reach the Mawashi of Asakoryu. He's got a solid left hand in grip. And now, what can he do with it? Tries a throw, but it doesn't come off. Yuden tries a throw, it doesn't come off. But
got him.
The second one does. Watanabe.
He wasn't messing about the first 3 days.
4-1. Nice round of applause of appreciation for both men.
But then he lost in day 4. Onosato lost in day 4.
1-4 after 5 days of action.
I don't know if you guys heard that. So at the end of these matches, the Gyoji, the ref in the ring, he calls out the winner's name in like this very stylized fashion. He doesn't pronounce their name exactly accurately. It's dramatic. This guy's voice kind of went sideways. Hang on. See if you can hear it.
Nice
as he's saying the winner's name.
Of appreciation for both men. Asakoryu, a disappointing 1-4 after 5 days of action. Happy?
Yeah, I think the thing that's got Onosato really fired up this tournament, besides like, yeah, he's a Yokozuna and he wants to blah blah blah. Yeah, okay, like the normal competitive spirit is one part, but I think what's really like the bulk of the criticism that he took was it wasn't just like he went 11-4 in the last tournament. Like that's not bad. He didn't win, but 11-4 is pretty damn good. Like it's in contention technically. However, those 4 losses were all to Rikishi at the Maegashira level. None of them were Senyaku, that top divisions, you know, the Sekiwake, Komosubi, Ozeki, or a fellow Yokozuna, which there is one. It wasn't to those dudes that Onosato lost. Onosato lost to the Maegashira rank, fellas. All 4 of his losses were to Maegashira rank Rikishi, which for a Yokozuna, not a great look. You know, at that point, it strongly implies that it's more mental than physical. Like Onosato's just not locking in for every match because he feels like he doesn't have to. And so he loses. It's losses of, you know, just laziness or disrespect for your opponent, just whatever they want to call it, you know? So yeah, he's come out, but he lost in day 4 to Hakuoho, I think. I like Hakuoho. We'll see him again today.
Sadanumi and Shonanumi. Umi meaning by the sea. Well, we're far from the water. Well, not from the water. The river's close by, but we're far from the beach. 3-1 Sadanumi, 2-2 Shonanumi. History is even at 3-3. Soft touchy eye, but Sadanumi gets a grip. He loses that grip. The right hand shallow. Now he's off balance again.
Sadanumi's all over the place.
Gets an outside grip.
Yeah.
Pulls the throw. It's another Watanabe.
Dude was everywhere.
Well, they're all over the shop. Sadanumi had no control of his own footwork. Seemed to be off balance the whole time. Shonanumi taken off balance once during the bout, but he gets the win with that solid outside grip.
Yup.
Both men are 3-2.
Technique. Better technique.
Meisei and Mitakeumi meeting for the 22nd time.
I think Meisei's got some sort of issue going on too, injury-wise.
The previous bouts, Meisei's won 9, Mitakeumi's won 12, but Meisei's won the last 3.
But then again, he's going up against the guy that Mitakeumi isn't looking that great either.
Thrusting attack, stepping to the side is Meisei. He'll try to get in and under with the right hand. He does. Can't do anything with the favorite left in. He normally tries to pull from this position. And he does there and gets himself in trouble. Bad timing by Meisei. And Mitakeumi was well aware that it was probably going to happen.
Just seeing what their feet do.
Mitakeumi picks up his second win.
Before and after a match, right?
There in the falling to the off to the dohyo.
When they do this little like crouching
gingerly,
thing,
but they're both
squatting thing. They're up on their like toes.
Oshidashi.
Like
Trouble push out.
to look at their feet and to look at the rest of their body.
Toki
It doesn't make
Hayate and
sense.
Roga, both 2-2. A bit more parity. They've met 4 times and
You're absolutely right,
have
Howard.
2 wins each.
Incredible.
There's Toki Hayate. That man there, his 400th career bout yesterday. Low attack by Roga. Right hand inside. Wants the left in. Toki Hayate didn't get it.
That was easy.
Roga quickly on top of him to win by Yori Kiri.
Well, I mean, he made it look easy. I
So
suppose is the way
Roga
to say
goes to
that.
3-2. Toki Hayate falls to 2-3. Daisho, I just wonder whether he's come back too soon from that injury. He's struggling at 1-3.
I really like
Daisho.
Daisho.
3-1.
But the commentator's
injury,
right.
Not allowing him to dig in when he's trying to thrust and push.
His entire
Tsurunumi.
technique is
He
built
likes
on
the
pushing,
left-hand
thrusting.
shallow at the touchy eye.
And if his calf is injured,
Goes left shallow, can't get the grip.
Kinda
Took
hard to
away by
push.
Daisho, who's a little bit sideways. He's got all the weight on the
Yeah.
bad leg, and then he's taken out of action by Tsurunumi with a good
Unfortunate.
thrust. Gets to the rear and wins Okuridashi.
what
A rear
percentage are you at,
push-out.
Hybrid? Dare I
Not a
ask
loss
what
for
percentage you're at?
The former Sekiwake Daisho, 1-4. Tsurunumi, mirror record up to 4-1.
And I blame myself a little bit for that, because I feel like when I stream consistently, it's easier for you to remember to charge your phone. When I don't,
Now the first of our bouts
I'll take
of
a
the
little
day,
bit of
two
blame for
mighty
that one.
mates, Midori Fuji and Fujinokawa.
these guys are just so much
A
lighter
lot of
compared to
similarities
everyone
in
else.
size. Fujinokawa probably has a bit more
Except for
speed
Asakura,
than
I
this man, Midori Fuji. They met once before. Fujinokawa was the winner last tournament. Bang, inside, double inside grip. Fujinokawa goes to the edge. Out goes Midori Fuji. Blink and you missed it. Yorikiri win. His second win, Fujinokawa.
Fujinokawa was just fast and
And both men are
aggressive.
2-3 after 5 days of action.
Got in, pushed him out.
Wonderful speedy touchy eye. He lifted him up and lifted him out last time they met. This time, double inside grip
Immediately
straight away.
inside.
Squeezes Midori Fuji into
And
his
it's
own
over at
body.
that point.
Doesn't allow any lateral movement.
Well, I mean, as long as he doesn't fuck up.
Tries to twist at the edge. Can't be done. Wonderful
Instant
sumo
leverage.
today from Fujinokawa. In our selected bouts of the day, he does well to pick up his second
Oh,
win.
Midori Fuji's gonna be pissed about that one. He just let him get in. He didn't even try to defend that. Not until it was too
Shodai
late.
going along nicely at
You didn't see it?
3-1, meets Kim Bozan 1-3. History favouring Kim Bozan 4-3, and he's won the last 2.
Remember Kim Bozan like 2
So
tournaments
Shodai
ago
likes
was
to get in
threatening
and
for a
under, left hand
title?
or right, doesn't matter, under the armpit of the opponent.
He has not
Kim
looked great
Bozan
since.
is a pusher
Him,
thruster
Kim
who
Bozan.
can go to the Mawashi.
He has not looked great since.
2-arm thrust by Kim Bozan, has an inside grip, an outside grip, and uses it.
But he fell out first. He touched down first.
But it doesn't come off, because at the edge, he's taken down by Shodai in a counter throw. Yori Taoshi.
I think
The
that's
frontal
what it
crush
was.
out goes to Shodai.
I don't know
Winning
if
at
it's
the edge
injuries.
superbly, his
I
fourth.
genuinely
Kim Bozan
don't know
1
with
and
him.
4. Now stepping up, Takanosho and Oshoma. They met once before. And Takanosho was the winner. He's 3-1.
I really
Oshoma
like
is
Takanosho.
2-2.
That guy. Look at him.
They're listed as pusher thrusters. Oshoma likes to retreat often to win. Moving forward briefly was Takanosho, taken back by Oshoma.
Yes!
Wow, Takanosho just rallies back and overpowers Oshoma like a lightweight. And he picks up his 4th win. Oshoma drops to 2-3, so 2 times they've met. Takanosho has
Hybrid.
won them both.
When this sumo video is over, please, please, please. Ooh,
Here's a couple
Uda.
of fan favorites.
Oh, and I
One
like
in particular,
Kusano too.
Uda taking
This'll
on
be a good one.
Kusano.
I hope. Remind me to talk
June
about
babies,
the
9 years apart.
Arsenal
3-1
Man
Uda.
City match.
Because
I did go watch the highlights.
2-2. He won the last time and only time they met.
Come on,
Straight
Uda, baby.
Sumo thrusting from both men. Powering forward is Uda. Kusano tries to get a few licks in, but can't.
He's
hold
got.
on.
Oh!
Uda.
Come on,
Kusano's
Uda, you
now
had it.
in.
Yeah.
He lunges forward, and what is Uda doing?
He just slipped off the edge.
Kusano went down with a slap from
A
Uda,
blank memory.
and it was almost jumping shadows. Uda leaps in the air over the Tuara.
Hybrid, did you go on?
The judges.
Hybrid went on a rager.
Strange. Bit
A
of
bender.
theatre today from Uda.
Blacked out the entire
Kiki
night.
Otoshi, a hand pull down. Yeah, at the edge. I don't know what's going on here with Uda. He pulls the arms of Kusano.
Uda just does a little
Kusano
skip,
goes down.
but then he lands on the edge
Uda's
of
still in
the
there.
ring and slips
He
off.
jumps,
They don't show it.
and he jumps on the
He just accidentally
Ringside
landed
judge.
on the edge instead of on the flat part and slipped off.
Koto Shoho
Uda,
and
baby.
Ichi Yamamoto.
We'd love to see our pink man win.
2-2 Koto Shoho,
Pinkie
Ichi
Pie.
Yamamoto 1-3.
This is the guy that won last
Koto
tournament.
Shoho is taking on a pusher
Shoho.
thruster. He's got a pushing attack of his own, and Ichi Yamamoto has actually improved his Mawashi technique in the last 12 months.
The way Ichiyama. Wait a minute.
Taking on a pusher thruster, he's got a pushing attack.
Take a look at here, Ichi Yamamoto. This is like, we don't get to see a lot of this part of the match. The lead up to the match when they do their little like ring purification thing and the whole like I don't have any weapons thing, the little standoffs at the salt throwing and all that they do. We don't see a lot of it. So in moments like this, when you get to see like, look at Ichi Yamamoto's face. Like his facial expression has got to be part of his like plan. And his facial expression at Koto Shoho, his opponent, everything about Ichi Yamamoto's face is saying, boy, you ain't shit. Just look at him. Look at his eyebrows. Look at his forehead.
Attackers of his own, and Ichi Yamamoto has actually improved his Mawashi technique in the last 12 months. Good solid tachi. Left hand out, right hand in by Ichi Yamamoto. Koto Shoho is taken to the edge, trying to rally, trying to shake off Ichi Yamamoto. Now the man with his back to us has better technique usually on the Mawashi, but not today. Wow. Ichi
Yamamoto,
known
baby.
particularly for his Mawashi technique, overpowers the winner of the last tournament,
Koto
Koto
Shoho's
Shoho.
having a bit of a hard time.
So they're both 2
Moves
and
up in
3.
rank, starting to get his ass kicked a little bit.
Lovely sumo from him. Yorikiri.
As happens, it does happen.
Now, no real definitive pushing attack from either men, which is interesting. So, Ichi Yamamoto's
He's got that
resigned
right
to the
inside,
fact that
left
he's gonna
outside
be in a Mawashi battle,
early.
and he takes on a man that he's got a relatively even rivalry against, but not normally on the Mawashi. He normally wins by slap down or push out, and today it's a Yorikiri win. So after 5 days, they both have a 2-3 record.
The battle for leverage.
Onokatsu and Wakamoto Haru meeting for the second time.
Similar records.
They met in July. Onokatsu was the winner. They're both 3-1. Man on the right wants the left hand in first. That's his main aim this tournament. Tries to get the left in. Wakamoto Haru. It's squeezed off there by Onokatsu. Onokatsu blocking. Holding off the attempt. In fact, holding the wrist of Wakamoto Haru. Left hand on the body by Onokatsu. Now he's got a grip on the Mawashi. He prefers right hand inside Onokatsu. He's got left hand
We're going to
in.
rewatch this one, I know it.
And Wakamoto Haru doesn't have his favorite grip left hand in. Now he's held up high. And now Wakamoto Haru slaps. Tries to get inside. And now he's in. He's got his favorite grip. Left hand in, right hand out. And he wins with it.
Okay. There's something very, very specific I want to look at here, okay? Okay. The guy that ends up winning, the guy on the right, Wakamoto Haru, once they get, like, well, to use like American wrestling terms, once they clinch, once they're in the clinch, once they're clinched up, like, you know, together, look at what Wakamoto Haru, the guy in the black Mawashi, the guy on the right, try to pay attention to what he's doing with his right hand and how he's going to use his right hand to get his opponent off of him. It's incredible.
Tries to get the left in. Wakamoto
Haru, his right arm. Look how he's putting it
blocking
underneath Onokatsu's like left
holding off
armpit.
the attempt. In fact,
with
holding
that
the wrist
outside.
of Wakamoto Haru.
Now look what he
Left
does
hand
with
on
that
the
right
body by
hand.
Onokatsu. Now he's got a grip on the Mawashi. He
Here it
prefers
comes,
right
here it
hand
comes, here it
inside
comes, here it comes.
Onokatsu. He's got left hand in.
Look how he uses it.
And Wakamoto Haru doesn't have his
To move him?
left hand in. Now he's held up high. And now Wakamoto Haru
Reset.
slaps, tries to get inside, and now he's in.
Take over.
He's got his favorite grip. Left hand in, right hand out, and he wins with it.
Leverage. The clever use of leverage
Popular
points.
win. Fans love the
Armpits, chest, hips.
sumo. Yorikiri for Wakamoto
Neck.
Haru to go to 4-1. Onokatsu. a bit
The way some of
exhausted
these
after that
fellas
encounter. He
use
drops
those
to 3-2.
leverage points. Jeez.
He mentioned pre-tournament that he was making the mistake of trying to concentrate on
Like he was
right
trying
hand
to like
outside
defend
too much,
and get a grip.
and he wanted to get back
then
to his
Onokatsu
strength,
got
which is
that left all
hand
the way in.
inside first. Get the left in first to try and set it up for a right hand outside.
Look
It
at
might sound
Onokatsu
tit for
blocking
tat,
with his
but
right,
this
grabbing
works
Wakamoto
much
Haru's
better
left.
for Wakamoto Haru. If you can get
So he
the
had
left
to
in
reset.
first, and Onokatsu knew that. That's why he was blocking with the wrist. Had a hold of Wakamoto's wrist and denying him the left in.
He's got to
But it
break that
became
grip. That's how
available
he does it.
by this movement from Wakamoto Haru.
Incredible.
Moving
Incredible.
back, slapping, and getting an open situation where he could get inside there.
And then it's
And
over.
that was the winning move for him to win Yorikiri.
Oh, that was pretty good. That's pretty fucking good.
Haku Oho, after his big win yesterday over Onosato, takes on Hirorumi.
I like both these guys.
Known for his
They're both
speed.
fun. This guy beat
They've got a
Onosato
rivalry
on day
of
4.
3 meetings, and Haku Oho
He's
has
the only one to
won
beat
2
Onosato
of
so
them.
far this month. Well, as of day 5.
But Hirorumi's
Well, as of day 4.
power is his speed. That's his strength.
He's bigger Hidadewumi on the right this month.
Fast away, inside grip by Hirorumi, thrusting
God.
against Haku Oho.
Oh my
taken
God.
To the edge, taken to the edge, he
my
rallies back, but not enough. Out he goes, a skidashi win. Frontal thrust out by Hirorumi. That is
Whoa,
dynamic
got
sumo.
rocked. Holy
Outstanding.
shit.
Well, beating
That's pretty damn good.
Yokozuna one day, getting taken down by a
pretty damn
Higashida
good.
4 the next. That is the world of sumo.
He goes back first and then catches
Both
himself.
men really
and fuck
determined
you.
to get some action going, and Hirorumi delivering with a thrust out.
Pretty good. Hidadewumi.
The veterans of the top division, Takayasu and Tamawashi,
Oh, this is going to be good.
if you combined their career bouts, approaching 3,100, they've met 41 times.
You can see the records, though.
Takayasu's
they're having a
won
hard time.
21 of them. Tamawashi, obviously, 20. Takayasu hasn't got a win yet. Tamawashi 1-3. Big hit with a throat. Thrusting away as
Tamawashi has him.
retreating Takayasu.
He's got him.
He
He's moving
rallies
better.
back,
He's
but
got him.
now Tamawashi comes in with the left and the right and wins by Oshidashi to pick up his second win.
Look at
And Takayasu
Look at how Tamawashi. Tell me what other sport you see this level of sportsmanship. When Tamawashi has pushed his opponent out of the dohyo, out of the ring. Look at how he saves his opponent at the end.
Takayasu hasn't got a win yet. Tamawashi 1-3. Big hit with a throat. Thrusting away as Tamawashi retreating Takayasu. He rallies back.
Right
but
here.
now Tamawashi comes in with the left and the right.
He grabs him.
And wins by Oshidashi to pick up his second win. And sadly, after 5 days, the Komusubi is winless.
Any other sport, you like push your opponent down so that they fall and maybe get injured so you don't have to face them again. Sumo doesn't work that way. It's one of the reasons I love this sport.
Just keeps turning up each day.
There's a respect they have for each other outside of the
We always
regulatory
talk about
bodies of
his
the sport.
age, but he just doesn't show his age.
It's a 40-year-old
And today,
man.
tit for tat
Look
for
at
a
him.
while, but wins at the edge.
Good lord. Oh!
Aonishiki and Kirishima.
Oh, this is going to be sweet.
Aonishiki, the Shin Komusubi,
This is going to be sweet.
takes on
Right here.
one of the co-leaders going into the day, Kirishima, 4 straight.
Oh, this is going to be
Now
good.
2-2. A surprise loss. 700th career bout yesterday for Kirishima. Can he maintain this share of the lead? He comes in low, thrusting away at Aonishiki. He tries to get inside. Little disheveled there,
Kirishima
Aonishiki.
is
Goes
tough.
in
Yeah,
deep.
he's got a left in.
Left hand inside, has a right hand grip. Now squeezes on the arm of Kirishima, not allowing him to do anything with that. Applies a bit of pressure. Now gets a solid left hand grip, Aonishiki. Kirishima locks up the elbow. Now he spins him around, gets to the rear,
What
and
the fuck
Aonishiki
was
wins. Oh, Kuridashi.
What the fuck was that move?
2 times in a row he's beaten him
What?
and knocks Kirishima back
What?
to the 1-loss group. And Aonishiki moves to 3-2.
They're going to show that in slow motion. They got to show that in slow motion. What the fuck was that? How did he spin him around?
Determination on the face at all times from Aonishiki.
I have never seen it. How did he spin
And
him
wins by
around?
rear push out.
Slow motion.
Kirishima
Come on, slow
comes
motion,
back to the
please.
pack, and right
I mean, I'll go
now-
back and... Okay,
Hoshoryu is the sole leader. Of course, he's yet to fight.
Kirishima is just beating the fuck out of
Toing and
Aonishiki
froing here.
He gets that
One
left
time,
in. Kirishima
Aonishiki
does.
squeezed on the arm and the elbow of Kirishima.
There's
there,
Aonishiki trying to break that
the
grip.
forearm, not allowing him to get a strong grip because there's so much pressure on the wrist. And here, we see
Kirishima tries to
him
break the
locking up
grip
Aonishiki's
and
arm.
reset.
Denying
Right here.
him any chance. Goes Makikai outside to in.
Oh
but that was
my
the mistake
God.
Because Aonishiki's swiftly across
How?
with the left hand and pushes him out from the
In
rear
real time.
to pick up his 3rd win.
In
Side pressure on.
real time. Like, we're watching it, like, slow down. In real time, for Aonishiki to react that quickly to his opponent doing that move, what Kirishima was trying to do, you can see how Kirishima's right hand, Kirishima's the one in the black, he's with his back to us, we're getting the ass shot right now, his well-formed ass. Kirishima's right arm is outside of Aonishiki's left. Aonishiki with his left has a grip, an inside grip on Kirishima's mawashi. Kirishima needs to break that grip. So what Kirishima, I think, is trying to do is he's going to let go of his own right hand outside grip to try to create just a brief moment of space between their chests, enough so that Kirishima can get his right arm and dart it inside of Kirishima's left. And by getting inside of Kirishima's left arm, he can then force that left hand to let go of his mawashi, get his own inside grip, and dominate. For Aonishiki to, like, be so in tune to feel exactly when Kirishima pulls that move, like starts it, and he uses Kirishima's own, like Kirishima has to move his feet. He's got to unsettle his own balance briefly to make that move for Kirishima, for Aonishiki to counter that quick. What the fuck? Let's watch it in real time, and then let's watch it in slow-mo. What the fuck? Aonishiki is giving us moves that, like, nobody else gives us, man.
Yesterday for Kirishima.
Like the thigh tap thing, which
Can
is
he
so
maintain
nuts.
this share of the lead? He comes in low, thrusting away at Aonishiki. He tries to get inside. Little disheveled there, Aonishiki. Goes in deep.
In real
Left hand
time,
inside,
well, it's
has a
here in a
right-hand
second.
grip.
Yeah, there.
Now
Then they're going to go to
squeezes
the
on
edge.
arm of Kirishima, not
Then they're going to
allowing
come
him
back
do
to the
anything
middle.
with that. Applies a bit
Here
of
at the
pressure.
edge.
Now gets a solid
Back to the middle,
left-hand
and
grip,
he's going to try to
Aonishiki.
break that grip.
Kirishima's
Kirishima's trying to
the
dive his
elbow.
right there.
Now he spins him around, gets to the rear, and Aonishiki wins.
How?
Oh, Kuridashi. 2 times in a row he's beaten him.
I don't think I could get
And
tired of
knocks
watching that
Kirishima
move.
back to the 1-loss
Oh, shit.
group. And Aonishiki moves to 3-2.
I'm speechless. What the fuck?
Determination on the face at all times from Aonishiki.
He's doing that to another high-ranked
And
guy.
wins by
Like,
rear push
he's a
out.
former Ozeki. This dude,
Kirishima comes back to the pack, and right
Kirishima
now,
is really good.
Hoshoryu is the sole leader. Of course, he's yet to fight.
He looked like he was just standing still. Oh my god.
Toing and froing
We'll
here.
watch it, then we'll move on. But I want to just,
One time,
Well, watch. This is the last time.
Nishiki squeezed on the arm and the elbow.
The squeeze move to set that up to make Kirishima want to break that grip
not
like
allowing
that.
him
This
to
is
get
going
a
to work. I
strong
need to
grip because there's so
reset.
much pressure on the wrist. And here,
The throw doesn't work. Okay,
we
fine.
see him
I need to
locking
get
up
dramatic.
Nishiki's arm.
He goes to the dramatic
Denying him
move
any
and then
chance.
nope.
Goes Makikai outside to win, but that was the mistake because Nishiki's swiftly across with the left hand and pushes him out from
How
the rear.
Nishiki uses this
pick up
left
his
hand
third
grip to pull at Kirishima's Mawashi to just spin him.
On the dohyo, Wakataka Kage and Abi. 2-2, the Sekiwake. Abi yet to win.
Really good. Really
History
good.
does favor Abi. They've met 11 times. And Abi's won 7 of them.
Abi
He's won
the
last
trickster.
2, but he doesn't look in great physical condition with that elbow.
Oh, quick reminder on the storyline here. The additional storyline here. The guy on the left, Wakataka Kage. He, coming into this month's tournament, if he were able to secure at least 11 wins, and remember, they fight once every day over the course of 15 days, 15 matches. So if he gets 11 wins or more, he's basically pretty much guaranteed to get promoted up to Ozeki, where Kotozakura is, and he would be one of 2 Ozeki. He hasn't had the cleanest start. He's already lost 2. So in these last, 11 days, he has to win 9 out of the last 11 matches to get those 11 wins. He's got a tough mission. And Abi over here, we know Abi. We love Abi. I love Abi. Abi, he's a bit of a trickster. We've talked about that Henka move at the beginning of a match at the Tachiai, or it's legal but kind of shitty to do a sidestep move rather than do the full-on confrontation. It's a bitch move. It's legal, but it's a bitch move. There's a few situations where it's kind of accepted. Abi is perhaps the only Rikishi in the top division. He might be the only one where no matter what his record is, no matter who his opponent is, he might do a Henka, he might do a sidestep, and people are going to be okay with it. like he seems to do it strategically when he's going up against an opponent that's stupidly reckless about their, you know what I mean? Like he's like he's the only one that gets away with it. I don't know how, I don't know why, but I also accept it. So here's Wakataka Kage, who, like you said, Hybrid, he basically has to be flawless, going up against Abi, who is winless, and he has every excuse and reason he needs to pull some bullshit moves.
Wakataka Kage and Abi.
Maegashita, there's usually around 30.
Abi yet to win.
There's usually
History
around
does
30,
Abi.
30 to 40.
Met 11 times.
The Maegashita ranks go from Maegashita 1 to Maegashita. What's the lowest we've seen? Maegashita 17, right? And the way the rankings are set up, for every rank or division, there's an East and West. So Yokozuna, for example, Onosato and Hoshoryu, one of them is the East Yokozuna and the other one is the West. I don't know if one's supposed to be like, 1A, 1B, slightly higher ranked than the other one. I don't know how that works. For every Sekiwake, Komusubi, Ozeki, the Maegashita ranks, every single one of the Maegashita 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, every single one of those ranks can have, though doesn't necessarily always have, an East and a West. Like Ozeki, there's only one right now. There are not 2. So right now there's an East, no West, or a West and no East, one or the other way around. So if we've seen up to 17, Maegashita 1 through 17, and each Maegashita rank can have an East and West, I think typically there's around 34 Maegashita. Around 34. I think every once in a while you have more than 2 Maegashita at a certain rank, like you might have 3 or 4 Maegashita 5s. I think sometimes stuff like that happens, but I don't think that's common. So typically 30 odd. And then your Sekiwake, Komusubi, Ozeki, each one of them would typically have 2. So, another 8 more. And then Ozeki or Yokozuna, you'd have another 2. So there's typically 40-ish Rikishi in the top divisions. Around there. This might be an interesting match. This might be a match with some bullshit in it. Abi tried. He tried to go for the pull down, but he got pushed out. Audio muted. The sumo audio is muted right now? You cannot hear this? Hang on. Yeah. We lost the capture. Hang on. I can fix that in like a couple seconds. Hang on.